Hello, my friends. Welcome to the metal shop, where today we're literally working on something metal. I dragged this cart in from the garage because it's kind of cold outside. It's in the 30s today, and it's nice and warm up here, and I can watch YouTube while I work on this thing. Doesn't really need that much work. Funny kind of story. I saw this sitting on the side of the road as I was leaving my development, and it kind of caught my eye. And I had my son with me, Brady, the shop assistant. You've met him before. And I was like, "Ooh, did you see that?" And he's like, "What? That cart?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I have a weak spot. Free stuff on the side of the road. Now, I don't like furniture and junk, but if it's tools, shovels, hand tools, garden tools, something like that, I have a weakness. So I saw it, and he's like, "Ugh." He's like, "You don't need that. You don't need any more junk." I'm like, "You're right." Went home. Fine. The very next day, I was working a double, so I was gone from the house for more than 20 hours. Cart was still there in the morning. I'm like, I'm thinking about it some more. And then on the way home, so it's dark out, cart still there, picked it up, threw it in the back of my car, back of the Explorer, took it home. And as I'm wheeling it, I'm like, something's weird. Now, one of the wheels only had one bolt in it, and I think what happened is, if you look here, they have these old school slotted screws, and the only thing holding them in place on the other side are nuts with star washers. Okay, so I think the wheels, the vibration and so on, wheel in the cart worked a bunch of them loose. So one wheel is spinning on only one. It's only got one screw holding it in place, but I'm like, something's still not right. And if you look here, you'll see we've got fixed wheels and we have the movable wheels there, the trolley wheels. But there's the handle. It's backwards. The fixed wheels are supposed to be on the back. The trolley wheels, the wheels that move, are supposed to be on the front, just like a shopping cart. And I'm like, well, that's what's wrong with it. Now, you could just take the handle and move it from this side to the other side, but I checked it out, and of course, this thing is probably from the late 70s, early 80s. It's good quality. It's pretty heavy steel. It's in good shape, missing the center shelf if it ever had one. I could just take the handle off here and just simply move it to the other side, but it's got rust and some witness marks and everything behind it, so I don't really want to do that. I'm missing a bunch of bolts, like I said, and I really wanted to reuse all of the nice original factory hardware, the OEM hardware on this card. So I, of course, Amazoned up some bolts. They are 1/4 inch by 1/2 inch with that really large head on them. So I couldn't really find exactly what I wanted. I wanted to go stainless because the ones on the bottom are kind of rusty and nasty. So I did end up getting, these were stainless, pretty inexpensive, but they're, the head's just see, it's kind of nice and flat, but it's a Phillips, not a slotted head. So I wanted to, I know this is kind of geeky, but I wanted the nice shiny stainless screws to be, distinctly separate from the nice old slotted screws. Oh, one more thing I was thinking about. The wheels, the stationary wheels, the fixed wheels versus the steering wheels. And I was trying to think, is there anything where it's really reversed? I think some welding carts have it reversed where the stationary wheels are in the front and the rotating wheels are in the back. But then I thought of forklifts. And a forklift does have this setup where the fixed wheels are in the front and the steering wheels are in the back. And do you know why that is? If I could be a total nerd, because forklifts were originally made from tractors. And all it was is a tractor. So picture your big tractor, your rear wheel here, your steer wheels here in the front, and the original forklifts ran off the PTO, off the back of the tractor, later on becoming, purpose-built forks, but that's where they came from. So they're one of the only things that I can think of where, you get the nice suicide knob, and your steering, your rear wheels, and your front wheels are fixed. But this should be like a car. The steering wheel's in the front, the fixed wheels in the back. So anyway, I'm going to move the wheels. I'm going to fix those. I'm going to fit in the new stainless and nylock nuts where they're going to go and make a nice little cart out of this. I could paint it, that same hot rod tangerine, metallic tangerine orange that the rest of my toolbox and the rest of my engine stand and my other rolling tool cart are. I could do that. My kid said that's boring and that I shouldn't. I could just leave it this nice battleship gray. Anyway, just a nice, cool little project. So I'm not even going to do a time lapse. Just rejoin me when I get all of these bolts squared away. Cool. All right, well, there she be. So I did do the time lapse. You see me drop the all the machine screws. So we replaced 16 on the bottom with stainless steel and nylock, which didn't give me 16 extra, gave me maybe 8 9 extra because there was missing so many bolts. Like I said, the vibration must have shaken those things out. The star washers are kind of nice because you can tighten them from one side without holding the other side with your regular or your Phillips screw. So, and we did have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the wrong bolts that someone grabbed from their hardware drawer. Phillips had wrong, different size nuts on them, rusty junk that, I mean, how do you manage to lose so many? I'm bad at math, but yeah, so I ended up putting some extras here, tightening all of them. Yeah, exciting video. But you know what? If you're like me, something like this, it's fascinating. I still need to vacuum out the bottom of it. I was hoping I would have enough extra bolts to fill in the holes with all of the, with all the spares that I would have, but I didn't, and I don't really want to put the nice, bright, shiny ones filling in all the holes unless I can find the middle shelf for it for this ancient rolling cart that's worth like $4. All right, my friends, if you stuck with me this far, you are diehard, and I appreciate your support. Truly, I truly do. Please hit me up in the comments. Still reply to all my comments. Please subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Share the video if you are so inclined. So there we have it. The rescuing of the free cart on the side of the road. Awesome. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye. All right, so very quick little postscript. I did end up filling every single bolt hole with one of the 3/8 screws and nylock nuts. And you can see they look kind of nice and weathered. I went after every single one of them with an acid etchant solution that I use for relicking guitar parts here on a toothbrush just to make them look old. I must really be bored and looking for projects, but I figured what better spot to store all these extra screws than right in the table itself. Came out looking pretty good. I mean, you'll have some mismatched, with some slotted and some Phillips, but most people wouldn't even notice. And I'm not sure if I like having the fixed wheels on the front or if they should be on the back. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think, my friends. Thanks again for watching that postscript. You are truly, truly diehard.